So let's actually learn how to identify prime numbers and more importantly, how to understand what prime numbers are. So prime numbers are nothing, this is just a category of numbers that we have created by ourselves. It's not something that we discovered, it's just something that we created. Just like in English alphabets, we have two categories, vowels and consonants, and five of the alphabets we call vowels are those which actually qualify to a particular criteria. That is why they're put into vowels, and the rest 21 are called consonants because they actually don't qualify for that criteria that we have got uh, that we have created for them, right? So in the world of mathematics, we know that we deal with numbers all the time, and for example, I can just start writing down numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so on, and I can just continue writing these numbers down forever, and it would be an awful waste of my life to actually have an attempt of writing all these numbers down till forever because they are never going to end. And the point that I'm trying to make from here is that all these numbers, the all this infinite set of numbers, we have two categories just like we have in English alphabet. One of these two categories is called prime numbers, and other of these the other category basically is called composite numbers. So for a number to qualify to be called as a prime number, it should actually pass through a test. The test of divisibility is what I call it, is what I like to call it. So let's see what that test is. The number should be, let's actually pick another color. The number should be divisible by two numbers only. Two numbers only, right? But not any two numbers. It should be the only two numbers which are one of these two numbers is, 1 and the other is the number itself, right? So it is this simple. You pick any number out of the infinite set of numbers, and that number, if it is divisible by 1 and itself only, right? I'm writing this down capital because this is a very specific criteria. If that number is divisible by these two numbers, like one of them two numbers is 1 and the other is itself, the number itself, then that number is qualified to be called as a prime number. So for an example, I would pick up 7 perhaps, and let's see if this number is a prime number or not. So we know that 7 is divisible by 1, so first criteria is fulfilled. It is divisible by itself, yeah. And the third thing that we need to say is that whether is it only divisible by these two numbers or there's another number which is a factor of 7. So we see no other number to be factor of 7, so we call 7 to be a prime number. What about, for example, 8? Well, 8 is, divisible by 1, we know. It is also divisible by itself, but unfortunately, it is also divisible by 2 and 4. So it cannot be considered as a prime number because it is not divisible by two numbers only. It is divisible by four numbers, right? So I hope this actually helps you understand what prime numbers are and what composite numbers are particularly. But at the end, I would just like to leave a problem for you to solve. What about this number 1 here? Is 1 a prime number or composite number? So on the basis of what I've just taught you, the criteria, the rule, or perhaps some of your own research, uh, this is a thinking exercise for you to actually get to know whether 1 is a prime number or a composite number.